Good evening, this is Naisha Gaskin. Today is October 7th and this is week 5 video, the axle and the appendicular skeleton. So first I'm going to start off with the anterior skull, the nasal, the sphenoid, which is inside here, and it kind of looks like a butterfly. You can't really see it that good. The lacrimal is inside also. It's a bone that's like next to the sphenoid. The ethmoid is also inside, but this is not like, maybe the lighting is not good, but it's in here. The zygomatic is this bone here. The maxilla is this up here. The mandible is the lower jaw. The frontal is the forehead. And the vomer is this bone here that's going down the nose. Next, we're going to do the posterior skull, the mandible, the occipital, the parietal, and the temporal. Then we have the lateral skull, again, the ethmoid. Bells, be quiet! The ethmoid is inside. The frontal is the forehead. The lacrimal is also inside. There's like a set of bones that are inside here. They're all next to each other. The mandible is here. The maxilla. The nasal, again, this is the nasal. The occipital. It's the back. The parietal is the side. The temporal is by the temple, of course. And the zygomatic is here around the eyes. So now I have to do the inferior skull floor of the cranial cavity. So we have the ethmoid. Can you see inside? Which is this bone, which is this bone here. That's the ethmoid. The frontal, the occipital, the parietal. The sphenoid is this bone here. It kind of looks like a butterfly. And the temporal, which is here on the side. Uh-oh. Next, we have the vertebral column. The atlas is this first one up here. The axis is the second one. The cervical vertebrae is C1 through C7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The thoracic vertebrae is T1 through 12. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the lumbar vertebrae is L1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, that wasn't right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the lumbar. Then we have the coccyx is the tailbone. And then we have the sacrum, which is this bone here, this funny looking bone. Next, we are going to do the lateral skull. Oh, no, wait. We did that already. Next is the thoracic cage. This is the body of the sternum. The false ribs are these here. The floating ribs are the two in the back that are not attached. The manubrium of the sternum is the head of the sternum, which is like the top up here. And the true ribs are these here. The pectoral girdle and upper limbs. So we have the clavicle, the humerus, the radius, the radius. Hold on. The radius and the ulna. And then the back, we have the scapula. Here we go. This one might be a little challenging because this is the hand and the wrist. So first we have the capitate, which is, let's see, in the middle of the hand. Then we have the hamate, which is here next to the pinky. The lunate here. The metacarpal are these. The phalanges are the fingers. The pisiform is here. The scaphoid is the thumb, next to the thumb. The sesamoid is here. The trapezium is here. And the trapezoid is, I'm gonna say here. It's a little challenging, all those little bones. Then we have the pelvic girdle and the lower limbs. We have the ilium, the ischium, the pubic bone, the femur, and the patella. The tibia and the fibula. Now this one is a little challenging too, so we're gonna do the bones of the ankle and the foot. So we have the calcaneus, which is the heel. The cuboid, which is here. The intermediate cuneiform is in the middle. The lateral cuneiform is here. The medial cuneiform is here. Metatarsals is here. The navicular is this bone here. The phalanges are these bones. And the talus is the ankle. That's here. The posterior skull, we have the mastoid process, which is here, and the lamboid suture, which is here, but I took the back off, so let me put this. Oh, because that's the front. The lamboid suture is there. Next, we have the lateral skull, the mental foramen, which are two little holes or openings here on the bottom part of the jaw. The external acoustus medius is here, right where the ear would be. And then the mandibular ramus is the jaw, this area here. Next we have the posterior skeleton, and so this is the spine of the scapula. The gluteal tuberosity is, it's a groove that's in, I don't know if it's in, it's a groove that's here on the femur. The greater trochanter of the femur is this. The abductor tubercle is inside the femur. The medial epicondyle of the humerus is here inside. The head of the humerus, oh, that is not right. The medial epicondyle of the humerus is here. Never mind what I just said. This is the femur. The humerus is here. The head of the humerus is here. The lateral epicondyle of the humerus is on the outside. And the iliac crest is this here. Next, we're going to do the anterior skeleton. The iliac fossa is this area here. The intertubercular sulcus of the humerus is the groove that's inside the thigh. Now that will conclude my video. Thank you for watching.